Greetings! So, an article was posted on GameSpot, which I'll put a link to in the description if you want to check it out. But it seems to be that microtransactions are confirmed for Halo Infinite, and it's not surprising to me. I think that makes sense from a business perspective because games cost so much money to make for these days, and how the game is launching on both Xbox One and PC. So I'm sure there's a ton of development things they need to do to make sure it works really well on both platforms. It doesn't surprise me, but I am very disappointed from it just because I personally think the microtransactions in Halo 5 were overly intrusive, annoying, didn't make any sense, and it really ruined Warzone for my liking, because if you're a new player just jumping in, as the game of Warzone progresses, someone can just, keep spawning these, whatever they're called, scorpion tanks. They have all these different names for them, and just keep destroying everything. And meanwhile, you're kind of, pumping out scout warthogs or something. So I kind of see it as a pay-to-win feature. I mean, I know there's where I do like using the microtransactions in Halo 5 is in Firefight. I think that's really cool. But again, I just don't like it, especially in Halo, and I'm sure a lot of you would agree the same. Anyway, so I'll get on with what the article says. There's a job posting that got posted way back in June 14th, so this is right around the time of E3. However, it seems like this is just kind of surfaced up, and the job posting says they're looking for an online experience design director to lead and join our Halo team. And so some of the responsibilities are things like design and deliver a AAA social experience that fosters community and delivers a AAA player investment experience that encourages players to express their passion for Halo. And so the way that this is worded, it doesn't say microtransactions in this job posting, but the way it's worded makes it seem like express your passion. Well, how do you express your passion in a video game? Usually that's by customizing things, right? So you can create emblems that we know of so far in all the Halo games. You can create little emblems, you can create clan tags, things of that sort we know are pretty easy to do. But I'm sure they're talking more of things like armor customization and visor changes and weapon skins and weapon loadouts. If, there's different variants of the battle rifle that we saw millions of in Halo 5. And things of that sort. I know there's kind of like some sort of weird lore explanation to it, which I'm probably going to slaughter it. Or they were saying something like the UNSC acquired Forerunner technology to make these Sentinel-type battle rifles and things. I didn't like it. I think it made it too, sprinkled out and just, hey, let's have a million of everything kind of thing. And so this article kind of goes a little bit forward, talking about that there's a rumor saying that the campaign will launch in late 2019 and the multiplayer portion coming in 2020. I don't think that's the case. I think that would be asinine. But we do know that it's coming to PC because it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title, so that means you buy it on one platform, you get it on the other, which is nice. So we're getting Halo finally on PC again after, what is it now, 14 or 15 years since Halo 2 came out on PC. I don't think it's that long. I think it's more like 10 years. I think it came out like 06, 07 era. But we still don't have Halo 3 or Halo 4. I know Halo 5 is on PC for the Forge and a little bit of custom games and sorts. And so I do think that 343 understands that people really want classic Halo on PC from the response from Halo Online. And so I would not be surprised if we see the MCC on PC anytime soon. I think that's a very smart move for them to do next year. And then I don't think you're going to get two massive Halo launches on PC in the same year. So either you're going to get Halo Infinite on PC in 2019 if Halo Infinite launches next year, or you're going to get the Master Chief Collection. You're not going to get both. And I think that's what they'll do. So my guess would be you won't see Halo Infinite until 2020, which is really disappointing because that means we'll go 5 years in between Halo games, which is pretty long. So it says, really for this article, it's a bunch of HR stuff, like being able to adapt the changing business and community needs that come along with being a live service. And this keyword of a live service also kind of points to microtransactions, because how else is a game a live service unless it has constant refreshes and implementations of new content. We see a live service in things like Fortnite, and the Call of Duty games have new content coming out, and Halo 5 did this for a while too. Like, oh, here's the Winter Wonderland pack or something, and you get it like around Christmas time, and you can like unlock winter skins and things like that. I know Call of Duty does those types of events, and it would not surprise me if Halo kind of hopped on the bandwagon for it. And the reason why they do this is because it makes them a lot of money. No one would implement microtransactions if no one bought them. So I think from a business standpoint, it makes sense. And I hate to say this, but microtransactions can be a good thing as long as it doesn't ruin the game. Because if a company like 343 slash Xbox slash Microsoft is getting much more revenue from a particular game, so let's put the example of Halo 5. I bet Halo 5 made multitudes of more money than Halo 4 did just due to its microtransactions. You would see more investment in that brand. So maybe the financial success of Halo 5 led to the development of Halo Wars 2. Maybe like, okay, we have a ton of extra income, we can do some more fan service things like Halo Wars 2 or fixing the MCC. I don't know if that's the reason why they decided to do that, because they had the extra income, or not. That's just some food for thought. And I saw some other conversations about this on Twitter as well. Some people were saying they would much rather have microtransactions than paid DLC. And I'm kind of on the fence with that. I can honestly see both sides of that argument. So their point is, if you're too young for this, the way it used to work was when Halo 3 came out on the 360, they would have map packs that came out, like, I think it was like every 2 or 3 months. There was a new map pack that had 4 maps and something like 1 remaster map from an older Halo game. And so this map pack would be $9 or $10 or something like that. And you could only play certain playlists if you had all the maps. So if you wanted to play, I think they had like a Team Slayer DLC playlist. So if you wanted to play with all the maps, you had to have all the map packs. Meaning, by the time Halo 3 was all said and done, you went out and you purchased 4 or 5 different map packs. And Call of Duty kind of did this too in the earlier Call of Duty games. I know they still have a ton of map packs and they have season passes and things of that sort, but it was, if you wanted to play the game, you had to buy the DLC. And so most people end up paying double the price. They pay $60 for the game and $60 for all the DLC. And it just became to be where you pour a bunch of money in. I would much rather have these intrusive microtransaction loot box things where it annoys me, but it's just like, okay, I know I'm not going to fall for it, or, they're not getting any more of my money besides the 60 I put into it. I would much rather have that and free DLC, like what they did with Halo 5, than going back to it being, okay, you have to pay for DLC. So I think it's a way for them to make up the cost of them giving out free DLC. I don't think we can have it one way or the other without having some negative consequences. So that's also some food for thought. Anyway, it looks like Halo Infinite is going to have microtransactions when it's all said and done. And I think if they learn a little bit more about what people didn't like from it in Halo 5, they can really make some improvements on it and make it really worth your while. Because I think the way it's implemented perfectly is in Titanfall, Rocket League, and Fortnite. I think they all do microtransactions beautifully. It's not intrusive at all, and it's very nice. And I hope they do something more along the same. Anyway, post your thoughts in the comments below. Love to hear what you have to say on this. Are you sad? Are you upset? Are you happy? Whatever it is, love to hear your thoughts and have a discussion with you down below. If this is your first time seeing a Team Respawn video, we love to post Halo content and Halo Wars content, and we're chatting about it all the time in our Discord. So if you have Discord and you want to chat with us at any time, join it. Links in the description to that. And we will see you next time.